So I think we started in 2012, June 29. Actually, today we have the second anniversary of this palace. And over the last 2 years, we have organized several yoga programs. We have had yoga workshops. Our Ayurveda spa Panchkarma is continuously working for the last 2 years. And we have had such wonderful feedback. Both from the yoga workshops and the Panchkarma program. All the visitors, all the guests we had, they have returned so happy, and they feel that this place is just out of the world. And I have had interactions with several foreign guests who have been, coming from Germany, or even sometimes we had a big group even from England and from India, and everybody says, wow, how has this been materialized? So I must say it's something, even sometimes I wonder how this happened. But it all started really with Mr. and Mrs. Barr suggesting that why don't we start a yoga and Ayurveda academy here. I remember in 2008 and they suggested that my book on yoga should be published in Polish language. And I thought they were just trying to please me, but very soon they produced the whole translation. And so I was really thrilled to see their commitment. And since then, we got together and we started working at it. And I must say that it has taken us time. It took nearly 4 years, but then renovating a palace like this, which was in ruins, and bringing it to the kind of style and class that it has taken, it is still a wonder how could it be achieved in such a short time. So to that extent, it's a great thing that has happened. And I think after we started in June 2009, and just in the first week itself, 10 days, 15 days, when we ran our spa, and we also had these yoga classes free, and all the village people from Sulisław were coming, these young girls and boys, some of them even 7, 8 years, 9 years. And the feedback that we got in those 10 days was just phenomenal. How much people were into it and how much they benefited from it. Some of the comments we got, some of the cards we got, and that really then took us. And last year we had a series of these workshops, and the response we were getting from the participants, I mean, several of them, I still remember we had this person from Poznan, a businessman, and he has had cancer, disease, and he came here, and after the program, it was on the last day, he said, I have been to 12 yoga schools before coming to your palace. These are his words. And he said that never ever have I experienced the power of yoga, what yoga can do to you. And that was really a great feeling, that if we can really give that kind of understanding, that kind of relief, that kind of solace, like even today I had 2, 3 ladies come and cry on my shoulders, and they say, you are such a great person. I don't know what is great, but that shows how much people are really benefiting. Because what the international field of yoga is giving is very, very, what we call just the tip of the iceberg. The real substance of yoga, nobody presents because they don't even know. Because this thing cannot come from book knowledge. This has to be practiced, this has to be achieved. It's a very, very dedicated subject to study. And therefore, if someone can give them that kind of understanding, who they are, how can they manage their situations, whatever they are, whether they are good or bad, whatever, how can they deal with them? And to me, that's how I have found in my last 20 years. A lot of people just in my company, they feel that they have got their answers. And that's a great joy to me. And so I'm totally working only to promote these sciences and share them with the whole humanity. Because if this can give them relief, if this can bring happiness on their faces, smiles on their faces, that's what we want. And so I think this conference started like that, that last year we said, why can't we get some, really professionals to talk about it? So that it's not just me talking, there should be more professionals, more like doctors, researchers, university professors. Like we had this Academy of Physical Education, Wrocław University professor saying, we want to collaborate with you. And we had Dr. Dariusz Spatkowski, who attended our workshop, and he said, I'm a medical doctor. I have never seen the depth of medical understanding of the human body, what you are presenting. And that was music to my ears, because to hear it from a doctor who is head of the department, surgeon, pediatry, head of urology. And after 5 days, he said, Mr. Bhandari, I want to be in touch with you all the time. And we are in touch. And so he said, yes, we will very happily cooperate with your projects. So that's what really encouraged us, because I want that this science should be mainstream science. It should not be seen just as an Indian practice, because our scriptures say it very loudly, this is for the whole humanity. This is not just for the Indians. So therefore, we must reach it out to the whole humanity. So I think in Mr. and Mrs. Barr, we see that mission, that dedication. And so together, I think this is happening. Even, we are amazed how this conference has gone so smooth. Many people, several of these international speakers who have come, they all are saying we haven't seen an international conference of this standard and run to such precision.